One fact about each NBA team's 2024 regular season. 76ers. The 76ers are the first NBA team to have two different players score 50 or more points in a game at least 3 times in a single season. This happened this very season when Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey had at least 3 separate 50-plus point games individually. Bucks. From April 2nd through April 5th of 2024, when the Bucks lost to the Wizards, Grizzlies, then Raptors, they became the first team to lose 3 straight games while being double-digit favorites in each matchup beforehand in the last 30 years. Bulls. The Bulls are the only team this season to hold the Pacers under 100 points. The important context here is that the Pacers have the best offense and efficiency in the NBA, so this was no easy task. Cavaliers. Aside for hitting the most threes in franchise history this season, only 3 players this season averaged at least 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 1.5 steals per game. Those 3 players are Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Donovan Mitchell. Celtics. The Celtics have the best record this season, and it's not even close. The second best team is 14 wins behind in the standings, and this is the largest gap since the ABA-NBA merger. Of course, this is just for the Eastern Conference, but even the best team in the West is 7 games behind the Celtics. That's an insane gap too. Clippers. The Clippers are the only team in the past 13 years with a winning season in each season. This 13 winning season streak is 7th longest all time. First place is the Spurs, having 22 winning seasons in a row. Also, Russell Westbrook only got 1 triple-double this season. Grizzlies. Because of injuries, the Grizzlies had 33 different players in and out of their rotation this season. That actually became an all-time NBA record. Funny enough, second place is the 2024 Detroit Pistons, who had 31 players in and out of rotation. Third place is the 2021 Houston Rockets with 30 players. Hawks. For players with at least 50 games played and 20 minutes per game, 19.4% of Trae Young's passes ended up as assists. For comparison, this is the highest in the league, and second place is Luka Doncic with 17.5% of his passes ending up becoming a cement. Hornets. Despite the Hornets having yet another losing season, on an individual level, Brandon Miller had a great rookie season. He has the 4th most made threes by rookie, and 3rd player in Hornets history to win 3 straight Rookie of the Month awards. Jazz. The Utah Jazz led the league in free throw percentage this season, making 83% of their free throws. They also led the league in turnovers, turning the ball at least 15 times per game on average. Kings. On the flip side, the Kings were the worst free throw shooting team this season, making just 74.5% of their shots from the stripe. Knicks. The Knicks had the lowest scoring game in the NBA this season in their 73-79 loss to the 76ers back in March. Lakers. LeBron recently complained how the NBA officiating is not fair towards the Lakers in their playoff series against the Nuggets, but the stats may say otherwise, as this season, the Lakers had the highest net free throw attempts and the second highest free throw attempts period per game. For context, net free throw attempts are the original team's free throw attempts minus the opponent's free throw attempts, and the sum total of that number becomes the net total. The Lakers' net total is so high, they're the only team with over 1,000 net free throws, and here's an interesting fact: the Lakers averaged the least amount of fouls per game with 15.6. That's best in the league. They get the most free throws and the least fouls against them. Here's some footage of LeBron clearly traveling, yet not getting in trouble for it. Magic. The Orlando Magic led the league in field goal attempts with 84.9 per game and free throw attempts with 24.4 per game. It's great that they're taking a lot of shots, but only if they were making them, because they are one of the worst shooting teams in the league, making just 75.9% of their free throws and 47.6% of their field goals. If this team can figure out its shooting, they will become a dangerous team for the rest of the league, because they're already a problem despite all the bricks they're putting up. Just imagine if those bricks became buckets. Mavericks. The Luka-Kyrie duo is the highest scoring duo in the NBA this season. They averaged 59.2 points per game, which is second highest scoring duo since the NBA-ABA merger. The highest scoring duo since that time frame is James Harden and Russell Westbrook, averaging 61.5 points per game back in 2020. Nets. The Nets were tied in 4th in the NBA for the longest active playoff streak alongside the Nuggets with 5 in a row, but that streak got broken as they missed the playoffs this year. Nuggets center Nikola Jokic finished this season with the most assists for a center in a single season all time. He got 708 assists this season. The previous record was Wilt Chamberlain getting 702 assists back in 1968. Now, to be fair to Wilt, the way they count assists today versus back then is a little bit different. In Wilt's era, if a player hesitated to shoot or took one dribble, there would be no assist. It'd be counted as its own separate shot. I wonder how many assists Wilt would get in this era and vice versa. How many assists would Nikola Jokic get back then? Pacers. The Indiana Pacers scored 10,110 points this season, which is the 4th most points scored in a single season in NBA history. The 1982 Nuggets are first place all time with 10,371 points scored during the regular season. Individually, the Tyrese Halliburton to Miles Turner connection is the #1 assist combo in the NBA this season with 215 connections. Second place is Domantas Sabonis to Keegan Murray with 186 connections. Pelicans. Zion Williamson made 100% of his corner threes this season. He went 2 for 2 in the corners beyond the arc. Pistons. The Detroit Pistons had the longest losing streak in the NBA this season, losing 28 games in a row. Raptors. The Toronto Raptors had a franchise record 30 different players suit up this season, 3rd most in NBA history. Too many injuries rotating in and out can explain their bad 25-57 record. Rockets. The Rockets went 41-41 this season, which is their first non-losing season in 4 years. While they didn't have a good enough record for the play-in tournament in the West, they would have had one in the East, and the young core they have has a lot to look forward to next season. Spurs. Victor Wembanyama became the 2nd rookie in NBA history to lead his team in 4 out of the 5 major stat categories. The only other rookie in the entire NBA to do this was Michael Jordan. Suns. The Phoenix Suns have made at least one 3-pointer in 1,612 games in a row and counting. This is the longest active streak among every other team, and this streak started roughly 20 years ago on March 29th, 2004 and is still going on to this day. Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder became the youngest #1 seed in NBA history. Their average age is 23.4. Timberwolves. This season is notable for being the first season since 2004 in which the Timberwolves won at least 50 games. The last time that happened, they made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. Trailblazers. The Portland Trailblazers are bottom of the league in assists per game as a team, which was 23.1 assists, bottom in 3-point percentage at 34.5%, and second worst in field goal percentage at 43.5%. Warriors. Steph Curry led the league in 3-pointers made this season with 357, and it's not even close. Luka Doncic is in second place with 284 threes made this regular season. That's a difference of 73. Wizards. The Wizards finished this season with a losing record of 15-67, which is a win percentage of 18.3%. They have not been over 500 at any point this season. Even the Detroit Pistons this season at one point had a winning record of 2-1 to start off the season. So here was one fact about each NBA team's 2024 regular season. With the playoffs underway, let me know which team do you think is going to win it all this year and what you're looking forward to in the postseason. Don't forget to dunk on that like button and subscribe with notifications turned on. I'm Rebound Rewind, and I'll fast forward to you later.